Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm NFX and today we're back at Goodwood Kartways for our 6th race of the season. Now, exciting times because today we're racing in reverse, going right into FP1 here. This is the first lap and I'm already catching a little bit of traffic, so I'm going to see if I can weave my way through it right here. Look for the inside, decide to stick it on the outside and then back on the inside, able to make a pass and on to turn number 5. This corner is usually very difficult for me on regular days, but I feel like on reverse I'm able to do pretty well. I can see another driver is trying to make some space, so I give him some space here, letting him take the charge and go ahead while I prep for the second lap of FP2 here. Okay, we go right into turn number 1. We go late on the brakes, dive on the inside, blocking the driver onto the outside of that lap and the inside of that one, giving me the opportunity to take the inside for the next 2 lines here. So fun little overtake here. Now going into the next lap and fast forwarding, this is when things kind of fall apart for me in FP1. Now I know it's not a race, we're trying to practice, but I was putting some crazy laps together, but I noticed something a little off on that last corner and I'm like, why didn't the car rotate? What's going on here? And so I have the racer behind me and obviously I'm going to stick it in the inside, but I notice I just lose the rear and just take it back. The cart's barely holding on, it's not moving at all, and I find this little dip here on the regular turn 1 and pull over to the side, wave over the marshals, and look, I found a wheel, and funny enough the wheel fell off as I was turning. And I don't know why that happened, but definitely the bolt was missing. It was gone, and I wheeled it back into the pit with one of the employees there. So going into qualifying now, I did a solid 39.35, which wasn't the best in hindsight. This landed me in P6, which for a grid of 8 people is not the greatest result. But I would say the field was quite packed together. I think the quickest or the person in P1 did a 38-second flat, and I think the most someone did was maybe a 39.9. So not the greatest result that I've had this season, but unfortunately towards the back half of the field. So after qualifying, come back into the pits and we will get ready for our race. Okay, now getting into the race, we are all ready for the rolling start and we're just waiting for the green flags to come down, and there you go. Race number 6, starting from P6. What a lucky number here. Weirdly enough, the person in P5 brakes left, which gives me the opportunity to go ahead of them. Oddly enough, usually in reverse, the reverse layout, we're not allowed to overtake in the first corner, but I think because of circumstance, not too sure what happened there, but was able to gain a position right off the bat, so I'm not complaining here. So as you can see, the top 4 is pretty spread out at the moment, and it will be my time to try to catch up. It's funny looking at all the comments, I feel like the reversed layout isn't the fan favorite. For me it is. I love reverse. I feel like it's so much more exhilarating, so much more fast, and a little bit more on the edge here. So you can see P4 kind of goes wide, finds himself on the gravel there, turns back in, and I'm able to gain a place. Now right ahead is P3, which is also my racing buddy there, Niall. So you're gonna watch as I try my best to catch up and see if I can overtake him. Now let's talk about Goodwood's reverse track. From many people that comment on the videos, comment on my TikTok, and just general comments in general, I feel like people don't like the reverse track. I, for one, love this track. It is so fast, so exhilarating, and I feel like there's just so much more speed that you're picking up, and you really feel it going into turns number 1, I feel like. But also, it is like flat out. And everything after this corner right here is pretty much all about momentum and building as much speed as you possibly can through the last corner and down the main straight here. So I don't know, I'm a big fan of reverse. But let me know how you feel about reverse and maybe things that they could change. Going down into corner number 1, you can see I'm picking up just so much more momentum coming into the first couple corners there. But then coming into maybe corners number 4 and 5, I start losing a lot of momentum. And you'll see that gradually as we go into the later laps here. Now, I do want to pause and say, if you are new to the channel or you have already been watching, please subscribe. I do my best to upload at least one video a week. So I have a couple in the works right now. I recently went to Mosport and Volt Racing out in Bowmanville, so I'm super excited to share that with everyone. But yeah, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing everyone back here again soon. Now, coming back to the racing, I am on the tail of my friend ahead, and you know, sometimes it's just a mental game, right? Like, you don't need to necessarily overtake all the time, but just staying behind and letting them know that you're there. So as we wrap up lap number 6, this is where I'll make my biggest gain so far on the on track. And I go super deep on the brakes and just push the cart right through, and able to get a really good and clean corner up into the turns 2 and 3. Now I'm right on the tail of my friend here, and he's just picking up so much more speed, so much more momentum into turns number 4 and 5, and you can see he's taking a look behind his shoulder to see, crap, my buddy is right behind me. So I'm going to take one last ditch effort to see if I can't make something stick into the final couple laps here. I know corner number 1 is probably my quickest, but you can see my buddy Niall just picking up so much more speed down the straight, and also coming off the gas. I try my best to see if there's anything I can possibly do to make that happen. A little bit more dirt, as P1 and P2 have a little bit of a kerfuffle there, and dirt all over the track. My buddy now gets so much of a better line than I do, and I'm just struggling a little bit more coming down these final laps. Now on the last corner and into our final lap of the race, we can see the white flags are out, and I'm going to see if I can do my best to catch up one last time. But Niall is just that much quicker down the straight, and now he's built up a pretty reasonable gap towards me. Unfortunately, no chances to overtake in this corner into the hairpin and the final corner. And you know what? For a race, making up 2 positions, you know, I'm very happy about. So no complaints here. I try to bring it back home very quickly and safely. Looking like we have a lapped car. We're just going to get them just before the ending of the race, and the checker flags are out. Now, ending it off there, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe, and I look forward to seeing everyone back here next week.